Good morning and welcome back to the My Pro Golfer channel. Today we are at Streamsong and we're here on the Chain. This is a site of two of our very best tournament experiences of the year. And today, as we talk to you about Take Me to the Tour and how we've gotten to where we've won thousands of dollars playing golf this year and how that can relate specifically to your golf game in this episode of Take Me to the Tour. Oh, and if you haven't already, like and subscribe. All right, so behind me you can see the bucket. Out here on the Chain, they have an amazingly large and very difficult putting green, and we had a couple of different putting contests out there in the MPG Cup from earlier this month. And one of the things that we learned is that putting is an essential piece of the growth of my golf game. And so I want to talk to you about three specific areas in which we utilized tracking in order to get you the knowledge that you needed for getting the best out of your golf game. And number one was we made some tweaks to our putter. So much so that I've actually ordered a new putter just this week for next season because I want to make even more putts, providing me more money and more opportunities to play competitive golf. Hey, thanks for watching today's episode. Here at My Pro Golfer, you know we like to keep things simple. And today, I've got a special gift for you to help you never miss a 5-foot putt again. Click the link below and download today. So depending on what level of golfer you are, you're gonna wanna look at some factors. And so we've already talked about one of the three factors, which one was putting for me specifically. On tour, one of the major factors is greens and regulation. And so you look behind me and you can't tell, but in the middle of this green is a bunker. And so that bunker would be extremely difficult. Being able to track on a GPS or on some sort of tracking device like Arccos, those are the most important knowledge-bearing systems. I watched an Instagram recently where a D1 coach tracked his players' practice and on their golf, where the balls actually landed. And so one of his theories was as they shot the 18 shots and the 18 different landing spots on the green, the majority of the misses were short right. Funny enough, on my Gen app, where are the majority of my misses? Short and front right. And so one of the things that I'm gonna do, and the second thing that you should focus on, is tracking where your ball lands. My opinion, Arccos is the easiest and best way to do that. You can actually get an Arccos tab in your grip now. I'm a big proponent of Ping products. They actually come in a Ping grip that you can already pre-order. So there's little things like that you can see where you're missing so that you can start planning around the green of where you want to land, because greens and regulation combined with putting is the #1 way to lower your scores. All right, so just some simple feedback here and just some knowledge points, okay? So we've got our GPS, we've planned out that we know we're missing short and right, and we're trying to gain little tiny steps in my game, which went from 77 at the beginning of the year down to 74.3. And I've got a couple rounds this week as we finish up this year of golf. I've no 80s in the last 20. I'm trying to continue to minimize my big misses, get out of the 80s, lower myself in from the high 70s, mid 70s to mid 70s, low 70s into the 60s. That'll be my plan for next year. And we're taking little strides to make that happen. If you're a 100 shooter, very simple to get down to 90. 90 shooter, a little bit more difficult to get down into the 80s. 80s into 70s is tricky. You got to be really diligent on what you do. And then 70s into 60s, extremely time consuming and minuscule as far as how to get those last bits in there. So one of the reasons that we want to talk about, and this can be you at any level, if we know our miss is short right, and you can see the green behind me, long looks dead. You can see how there's not a whole lot there, but that green is pretty widthy and wide left to right. So long and left looks like the most trouble. Short right doesn't look too bad. so I can play around with these numbers a little bit. But that back area there to the right of the pin, and I know my misses tends to be right, has that little edge up onto it. So even if I hit it a little too far, it's gonna stop, and I'm gonna be able to putt a 25, 30 footer downhill, whereas the front right looks like it rolls right off that cliff into probably a pretty difficult chip shot, even for me, and I'm a pretty good chipper around the greens. And so my shot now will be past the pin, getting into that zone to the right where I'll be able to putt down pretty easily, two putt, and maybe if the putter works and it falls in, I give myself a really good chance to make a birdie, but no worse than par on this hole. And when we come back, we're gonna share with you the next phase of the three things. We've talked about two. The third thing that will really help you in prepping for a round of golf to help you play your best golf.
Hey, just want to remind you to not forget on getting your free gift below on how to never miss a 5-foot putt.
All right, so you're kind of probably wondering, what's that third and final thing, Jeremy? What's so important that I've got to know to be able to play the best golf of my life? And if you look behind me, there's some clues. So number one is we're on the short game area, and most of the scoring is done from 100 yards and in. And so you're gonna have to take the time to first know what the feel of a 3 to 5 footer feels like on that green that you're playing that day. Your practice is important. Your prep is important. All the things you do before the day of is essential. But to score, to really understand how to get your scores down, you have to understand the environment that you're playing. So first and foremost, I want you to make sure you putt 3 to 5 footers before anything else. Get a sense of the greens. Then putt 10 or 12 putts over 25 feet. Get the feel of the greens rolling. Hit them from 2 different angles, maybe even 4 different angles on the green itself. Then you want to come out and you want to bounce further away from that. You want to get yourself away and chip a few. Chip a few close to the green. See how the ball rolls out. Wow, that rolls out a little bit further than normal, or it's wet out. Today you can see in the cloud cover it's going to be damp, so the ball is not going to roll the same way. You're going to want to track that. You're going to want to get a sense of the rolls and where the breaks, and if grain is involved. You're going to want to learn all those things before you go out. Make sure that you test the bunker sand. Get in the bunker sand. What does it feel like? Is it thicker? Is it lighter? Is it thinner? Is it compacted because of the rains last night? All those things you want to factor out, because you want to be able to mentally prepare for the shots you're going to see on the golf course that are scoring oriented. Very little needs to happen in the actual physical swing of the warm-up. Your swing is pretty much a pattern. If you're not making significant changes in that pattern, then that pattern is going to be pretty normal. If you're a slicer, you're going to slice it. You need to plan for that. And then get on your app, whatever you're tracking the golf with, and map out a little bit of what you'd like to see. Play the appropriate tee box. If you hit a 5-iron 185 yards, you should play a golf course between 6,600 and 6,800 yards. And that'll help you get the most out of your game, because the key to picking the courses that you'll help you play the best is understanding the intricacies that the architect has in place for you to get the most out of your round of golf. It is essential that you plan for success if you're trying to be great at golf and you're trying to minimize and drop from a plateau that you're on to where you want to go. So if you're not getting the most out of your golf game and you're stuck on a plateau, you have to make a change. My recommendation is to find a PGA professional, somebody that's trained to teach you the game. And obviously you can always join our global membership, which we'd love to have you on. But let's take 2026 and plan a program around you getting the best at golf you possibly can in this calendar year. Just like I increase my income by playing better golf, and next year is just a continuation of that process. So I hope you liked today's video. I hope you like the channel. I hope you subscribe to the channel. We have videos every week that come out specifically for you on how do you make you great at golf. And this is particularly my system of taking myself through the same process I would take you on to play the best golf of your life. Like and subscribe. We'll see you next Thursday at 6 a.m. Hey, just give me 15 seconds of your time. I wanna highlight these True Linkswear golf pants. They're one of our partners on our website, and they have got great materials and different options from shoes to pants to shorts to shirts to hats to head covers. They're all about enjoying the walk. I want you to go to their link, and today we just launched the new 20% off right here on our website that you can use to get 20% off of anything that they have on their website. So go to that link, check them out. I've been in these pants this morning and I wore their shorts yesterday. Just phenomenal product. Check it out.